Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this Akiyo Wi-Fi mini LED projector. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description on Amazon, and if you use that link, it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So this is a 720p projector, but it supports 1080p input. It supports Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and as you can see with my hand here, it's a very small projector. So let's get this open. So here we have the projector and the manual. Let's take a quick look at the manual. This talks about the parts. It comes with a projector, a mini tripod, manual, power cable, remote, HDMI cable. It has buttons on the top and then buttons on the remote. Here are the inputs. We have IR receiver, power supply, audio output, HDMI, AV, and USB. So I'll talk about those more when we look at the projector. So this talks about how to use it. You plug it in, take the lens cover off, press start, select the input source. It has an adjustable screw for the bottom. You can do keystone and focus adjustment. It has Bluetooth capabilities, so you can connect a speaker. You can connect iOS or Android for screen mirroring. Of course, it supports HDMI. And here we have the spec list. You can pause and read through this. So this talks about some of the different formats it supports. So you can place a USB drive in here and look at JPEG images or watch movies on it. And there's some troubleshooting. And then we have other languages. So let's look through this. Here we have a remote. So this is a pretty standard projector remote. Requires two AAA batteries. So I'll put these in here. We have an HDMI cable. Here's that mini tripod. So the legs will fold out. And then we have a ball mount here with a 1/4-20 thread. Here's the power supply. This outputs 21 volts at 1.8 amps. The cord is around 8 foot in length. And then we have some little swabs here for cleaning it, and here's the projector. And as you can see, this thing is tiny. So I showed my hand on the box. This is half that size. So there we go. So we have a lens cover here. Here's that adjustment foot. We have rubber feet. We have a 1/4-20 tripod thread. So you can use the included tripod, or you could use a full-size tripod or some other threaded mount. There's many options there. We have a vent on the side, speaker. Here we have focus and keystone, vents on the bottom. And here we have the inputs. So I went over these earlier, but we have HDMI, then we have AV, and this does not come with an AV cable, but you could get an AV cable to hook this up to legacy things like VCRs, video game systems, composite input. And then we have USB, so you can plug a USB stick in there and watch media on it. And then we have those buttons, and those have a real nice click on them. So to hook it up, we'll plug this into power, and then we'll power it on. So I'm going to get this set up on my screen, and then we'll take a look at it. Okay, so I have this turned on and I'm about 10 foot from this screen. I'll go through the setup. So this is a little bigger than my screen. I'm going to adjust this here to fit a little bit better. I'll probably move it slightly closer. And this is a 100-inch screen. I don't think I mentioned that. Okay, so I've adjusted this a little bit. Now I'm on a 100-inch screen. I'm around 9 feet away. And we can look at the interface here. So we have screen mirroring, HDMI, USB, AV, and settings. Let's take a look at settings. So here we have network settings. We can set it up with Wi-Fi. So that's all set up. Next we can go to Bluetooth. So here you can turn Bluetooth on and you can set up a Bluetooth speaker. Next we have picture mode. So we have different settings here, including user, which is custom. So if you want to do custom contrast and brightness, you can do that here. I'm just going to leave it on standard mode. We have color temperature and we have projection zoom. So I moved the camera towards the screen, but you could actually zoom it down. You're probably going to get a little bit better quality if you can actually move the projector, but if that's not an option, you can use the projection zoom. Then we have sound, we have different sound modes, and just like the picture settings, you can change those manually or pick one of the presets. And then we have general options here. We have the on-screen language, we have projection mode. So this is going to have different projection modes. So you can project to the front of a screen, the rear of a screen, you can have the projector on a surface, or you can hang it from a ceiling. So there's 4 different modes there. So let's try screen mirroring here. So I'll click on it. Now I've already set up the network, so we can go to iOS connection. And I'll get my iPad out. I'll pull down the control center. I'll choose screen mirroring, and I'll choose the device. So now we're seeing my iPad screen. So now I'll pull up a video. So here we can see I'm mirroring this video. Now this is not going to work with apps like Netflix and Amazon Prime and Disney, but it will work with things like YouTube. So if you want to watch streaming services like Netflix, Disney, you can plug a Fire TV stick or other media stick into the back of this, and then you can have all the functionality of that media stick. Now you can also use the Photos app, and you can look at photos, and you can do presentations. Now since the resolution on this is 720p, it's not going to look great for detail like spreadsheets and such, but you can see here's like a pie chart. It looks pretty good. So when you're done, you can go to Control Center and detach from it. So I'll go back to the main menu. Now I'll plug in a USB drive. I'll go to USB. I'll go to Movie. I'll choose USB, and I should have a movie on here. So this is a 1080p video. It's being downscaled to the 720p. I'll fast forward here too.
Oh, I love the sound.
Okay, so there's some video. Now I turned the speaker all the way up. It's not super loud. It even says on the Amazon description that the speaker's not super loud, so you can hook up an external speaker. But if you're in a quiet setting, this may be plenty loud. It depends on what you're watching. So let me go back, and we'll check out photo here. So this drive has a lot of metadata files on it, but I'll tap on this, and here we have a slideshow. So there are a couple of different ways to do a slideshow. You can put a bunch of photos on here, or you could actually create a movie and play the movie. So you could use some other software to create that. So if you're having an anniversary party, graduation party or something, you could throw photos on here and do a little slideshow. And this being a small projector, it's not going to take up a lot of room. So this will also do music and text files. And then of course you can plug HDMI into here. So you could plug a laptop in or a media stick or a game system and use it that way too. You just plug it in and it will show up. So that's the Akiyo mini LED projector. This projector packs a lot of stuff into a small package. You know, it's not the brightest projector, it's not the highest resolution, but if you want something to travel with, maybe put in your RV, or maybe take to a hotel room so you can play a movie at night to entertain the kids, I think this is a great option. Now I have this plugged into my power meter and it's drawing around 30 watts, so you could power this off a portable power station pretty easily for many, many hours. I have a small portable power station that would probably run this 8-9 hours, easy. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.